because we all are going to, do the course. Maybe every week, Sunday, we will be having this session, right? So weekly once we are going to connect, and maybe if you want to complete this Python entire course, it will take minimum 3 to 4 months. If you are, connecting all the weekends, you know, it will take 3 to 4 months, right? So let's have a quick connect. If anybody want to, introduce yourself, where you are studying and what the purpose of learning this, like that kind of introduction we can have. Or feel free to ping me in the chat itself. No? Yes. Anyone? Let's see. Dinesh, Himrata, Kavita, Binaya. Hey, hi Rajkumar. Yes. Um, okay, great. And anybody here, who is speaking other language than Tamil, like, if we can continue the session with English, or anybody, maybe the people might not know Tamil, like we necessarily need to take the classes in English or more comfortable with Tamil. Yeah, because the point altogether is to, learn from the basics. Okay. So it's not necessary to, uh, talk only on the language, common language. I'm just, taking the session in a common language. Why? People might not know Tamil. If the audience, who participant join here, maybe from other language, uh, I don't want them to feel difficult to understand if we are going with our local language. Uh, Anyone? Or everybody is okay to talk, go with the session in Tamil? Yes, we can, proceed. If there is any no flag, then we can, continue. I'm just, going over the name. By saying the name itself, I can know, like, all are from Tamil, if I'm not wrong. Just give me the confirmation, then we can, go with the
Aka,
same.
not like that, Aka. You can go with both English and Tamil. It is both familiar with them.
Yeah,
So if
okay.
not understanding, you can go with Tamil, but basically you're going to start with English, Aka.
Yes. Okay, fine then. Because the thing is, right, anybody other than Tamil, if they join means they will feel difficult to understand. That's the reason. And it is also more preferable to go with our own language than discussing in other language. It will be, more useful to go with our language, right? Okay. Thank you, Ganesh. Okay, I could see from okay, then teacher. Okay. Okay. So Uh, before starting this session, all the very best for your, what are the goals you want to achieve for this next year, and why we are here to learn Python, or what maybe you have set up one goal and you are learning this. So all the very best for achieving all your dreams. Let's get started. Okay. And again, as I said, today we are going to talk only the introduction and other stuff. So From next week onwards, we can go with the flow, like, go deep into Python and the other concept. I heard from Dinesh that he covered up a couple of topics before, but we can have kind of refresh, like, brushed up all the concept what you guys have learned before, and precisely then we can go with the advanced Python. So, gradually, right? So before that, when we are talking about the language, we have a lot of language in the market, starting with our old language C, C++, and then Java, .NET, now Python. But if you are look at the current market, now the present market, the scope of Python is gradually increased. Anyone knows what is the reason. And I want the session to be more interactive, right? So, how much interactive the session is, then you can learn a lot. Okay. Even though it is a silly question, or do not worry about the question what you are now going to ask, that put it in beside, like, what are the questions that comes in your mind, so you can directly start your question and ask it. And it's a good opportunity that we are connected with the forum, right? Many people comes up with many doubts. Even we don't know, even we don't have the answer, so we can, just, connect it to Python forum, and we can get the answer, grab the answer, like that. So make the session so interactive. That is one kind request. Yes. Anyone knows why we are now going with Python? Python is now in the current market. It is having a lot of scope. And recent days, we started talking about lot about Python. Anyone knows? Any idea?
Because it is user friendly, it is reliable,
Okay,
it is efficient, it is easy to use.
great. Any other answer?
It is supportive and flexible also.
Flexible in sense?
Um, we can program according to our needs, easy programming, and so it.
Okay. Okay. Uh, so thank you, Meenakshi. Yes, that's also a valid answer that I expected. Um, i-
One
Java,
sec,
C sharp.
1 second, na once. Emma, accordingly, what happened to others? Please interact. Champs. நான் interact பண்ணி என்ன பண்ண போறேன்?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you are talking about Python, right? The first main thing is, like, um, it is very easy to understand. If in any other language, Java or C sharp, we can achieve anything with any programming language. There is no any barrier. Even I can write a code in Java. The same, if I want to, make any calculator, any application, I can do it in Java and C sharp and for .NET. Any language can support any logic. There is no any barrier for that. But how we are writing the program, but these Python guys simplified everything. When the C# in the market, then its simplified version come up with Java, and they have included more packages and other stuff. Now this Python guys, Python is there for a longer time. It's not a new language that introduced, right? When the C, Gopal, all the language was there in the market, Python was also there. But Python guys, keep on simplified everything. Even if you go with Java, you need to, if you want to add two number, you need to initiate, and you need to give what kind of data type it is. Integer a equal to something you need to provide, right? But all the simplified version get into Java, Python, where you can directly just enter the number in interpreter itself. In internal Python itself, it will understand what the input you are providing. It's an integer or string, what kind of data type it is. It will understand everything, and it is make our job so easier. And the current world IT industry is moving with data science, right? Because nowadays everything is digital, right? Even with the cash flow, with the money, liquid cash you are using, how many of them, we are using cash now? Everything is Paytm, Google Pay. This is the thing we are using. Eventually, we are moving with, uh, you know, digital world, where we are getting lot and lot of data, huge volume of data, where the big data concept is coming in, right? So this big data and data engineering, machine learning, all the technology is relied on Python. I will say only in Python you can achieve it, as I said. Even this machine learning, and when you're talking about the data science, big data again, it is written in Scala or any other language precisely, but Python will also support. Okay, it will have this compatibility to do all the related technology. So people learning the Python now because it's common, right? So even in the course also, once we completed Python, we can go again with data science concept as well. Okay, that is the motto. I could see this is the Python hub, but eventually once we completed our Python session, we can go with data science and the data later data engineering stuff. Let me talk with Ganesh, and this is the plan basically. Okay, so this is the one thing. And second thing, now, the installation and environment setting up for this Python is easier compatible to other. Okay. When we are talking about the, environment, uh, this is the first session, right? I don't have any slides or PPT to share, but anyway, you guys are already started with. May I know which environment you guys are using for your Python? Maybe where you are, do a practice on writing the Python code. In the chat box, you can mention. Anyone?
Python online programmer. No?
Yes, online, or in the local itself. Jupyter, Google mentioned Jupyter. Okay. Because throughout the session, we can have one, platform to write our course, because it will be more compatible, right? If I use one interpreter, and the other guys are using, because some error may occur based on the online compiler. Okay. So it's always better to have, any of the one tool in your machine. If you guys are having laptop, you guys, and it is good now. The technology is improved, so you can even execute the code in the online printer itself. But then and there, it will be split out, and you cannot have the track you're doing. So if I'm talking about environment. We have local environment, right? We have local environment, and um, we have global. No, global means it's a cloud environment. So look, Anaconda, have you heard of Anaconda? VS Code, anything. And PyCharm. This all are, local environment. It is easy to install in our laptop. Just go and Google it, like no VS Code. Just get the version, latest version, and install it. And uh, if you want to go with the cloud, there are a lot of platforms that are available. IBM, Collab. Uh, Let me paste a link here in the chat. You can go. I would highly recommend to go with Collab. Why? Because if you go with Collab, all the program what you are writing, it will be stored in your Google Drive. So even you are, you are missed your laptop and you want to join the session with any other thing, you can just directly open this with your mail ID where you left the same code, you can get it again. Everything will be there in your drive. You will not miss anything. And it is more comparatively, compared than Jupyter Notebook, it is more organized. Everything we can do, but it's more organized. And it is, sponsored by Google, right? So everything will be cooperated with our mail ID, and you can share your code with your friends with with provided all the access, right? So go there if you have already have entered your you have signed up in this collab, well and good. If you don't, just go here and register and do it. And we have some other also Jupyter Notebook, other Google Notebook, and any other IDE if you have. But why we want to go with common, platform will help all the learners, using VS Code. Yes, VS Code, it's fine. And if we are going with Collab in real time, if we are, real time doing any project, it's only for practice purpose. Whenever you are working with Collab, the file will be stored in IPYNP, like notebook, right? So all the time, whenever we are, using any code or creating any application, just that should be in the same, in the common extension it should store. Okay. And second, let me share my screen. Yeah. Able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you for the confirmation. Yes. So if you are launching the link I pasted in the chat, it will landed up you into this page, right? So everything, people are whenever we are talking about Google, right, they are doing a lot of stuff. How this the uh, on trending, the TensorFlow, how they are making the machine learning and other stuff, they are in day by day, they are increasing their capacity to do everything in the collab. Okay. Initially, we can do a coding only in Python. That's what they did. But now people are bringing up the machine learning and data science. Why not? All the topics, what we can, do, everything they are introducing in the collab itself. Okay. So whenever you are using any this kind of platform, you should know what's happening behind, right? So This one, just hello Python. If I write, it is giving the output. What it's internally doing. If you are seeing here, it is allocated submission for you. If you see here, 12.7 GB of RAM and disk space it is giving. Technically, it is assigned a virtual machine for you. For the ID what you are logged in, it is assigning one virtual machine where you can do your coding with Python, right? So we can explore more when we start up with coding in Python. So that is the main, right? Go as I said, if you are whenever you are opening Scholar, just name day one or something. We can finalize one name for our group, and we can capture what are the topics we are going to cover. And if you are doing anything in online notebook, not only in Colab, even it could be a Jupyter notebook or any other notebook, it will be stored in NB, right? Nothing but notebook. So it's a Python notebook. So interrupt Python notebook. So this is for online thing, right? If in real time thing, if you want to do application, everything should be in the extension of py. Py is the Python extension. Now we are working with cloud notebook, so you are getting like this. But whenever you are sharing this code with others, they should also have this collab. Then only they can access the code and they can utilize it. But whenever you are joined for the organization, working with any organization, it's that thing is different. Okay, so here we are using for only learning purpose, and we can see in the real environment in the organization how they are dealing with Python and how their applications are made in Python. Okay, and I also want volunteer here to take up some activities. Okay, it should not be the one-way communication. What I am sharing that you guys are understanding. No, come up with some question, come up with some topics, new topics. Then we can explore a lot, because learning the data types and what is the data, how to add the number, that's not going to help for cracking good company interviews and other stuff. So take a part and be a volunteer and get some questions and some ideas. Then we can learn a lot. Okay. If you see here, right, change a run type. Again, you are working with Python, and Python, right? It is now with the version 3, 2. Python 2 is there in the market, but it will be ended in soon. But now people are moved to Python 3. So whenever they are launching one version to another version, as you know, they are going to put more libraries and more compatible features, some simplified version, something, and you can get everything from the Python organization. That there is one page they are maintaining. You can go there and see the release notes, what the changes they are making. This kind of thing you can do by your own. But now coming to the hardware part. So CPU, the central processing unit, where it is executing the code. But these all are not allocated for us because it's a paid services. And TPU is the tensor processing unit. Again, whenever people want to do with operations on larger data. Okay, if I have huge data, I want to calculate something. Always, if you are whenever you are handling with huge data, your internal system doesn't have a lot of memory, it will end up with the memory issue, and it will give the performance issue as well. Your code will not work basically. So for that reason, they are giving this kind of uh, options to change. For now, we can go with CPU because we are not going to write very complex or data with the program. We're just going to learn about the Python. There is one more language called R. Again, if you guys got time, go and see what it's all about. Like, R. Again, it's a language. The syntax, logic will be same in every language, but the syntax, how they are initiating the variables, how they are calling the functions will be different. What is why these guys providing only R and Python? Okay, this is the main question. So R is the language. It's a powerful language only used for the mathematical purpose. If you talk about lot of about machine learning is always 90% compatible with our probability and other mathematics and other stuff because it should be more accurate with the data, right? So this OR will have all kind of mathematical operations, and you don't need to know. In our school time we might learned about this probability theory and this, oh I know, differentiation, integration, all the complex thing, right? Everything will be simplified in our language. For that reason, they are providing this too. If we want to learn, maybe in the future, they are planning to include Scala also here. The main advantage of going with this kind of online notebook, you don't need to configure anything. If you are, want to do something with the Scala or, R, if you are installing in the window, it will different way, and in the MacBook, it will be, a different thing. And the configuration will not be the smoother way to install sometimes. Okay, so everything will be configured and it is so handy. You can go and you can just write your code and just click on this button. You will be get this output, right? So for today, I think I don't want to go take much time, and today I want to finish up the session with this. Just have this Google Colab installed in our machine, and uh, from next session onwards, like I'm not pretty much sure what online notebook you guys are using. Just make the environment ready, and next session onwards, we can start with Python. Even if they covered something before, just a refresh. Then we can go with the intermediate Python. Any concern or questions? Anyone? Any questions?
So now we have to install this in laptop or computer and keep it ready for next class.
Yes.
In case
If you
if
have
any
your
doubt,
mail ID, yeah,
I have my mail ID.
yes, it's very, just go and log in. The link I pasted. So you
I
can
have
go
noted.
and launch it and you can, sign up over there.
Okay, here we can try all the programs earlier also instead of
Yes.
online. Okay. If any doubt, I'll contact you in person, madam. I am
Yeah, sure.
actually a bit senior.
Okay.
I'm slow learning only. I'm learning
Okay,
it
okay.
out of interest.
Okay, great then.
Yes,
It's great.
So I'll contact you in person if I have any doubt.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yes. It's not bad. Or we can use my mobile itself for this session. If you have laptop, well and good. If you don't have, yes, you can go and have it in Google Colab. That's the reason, basically. Google Colab is a handy, user friendly too. Anywhere you can, log in. Okay. And every start of every session, like, if we are going to start the session by next week, the first 10 minutes we can, spend for the clarification and questions for this stuff. Okay. Then we can start with the session. Okay, because we don't want to give the time for last 10 minutes, because people will learn, and last 10 minutes will not be sufficient. While starting of the session, we have more interactive one, then we can. And let's see, Aynar, Dharani, Hemlata, Kavita, anyone talk, right? Is there anything? And everyone here are students, right? Yeah.
No,
Meenakshi,
ma'am.
got the case. Okay.
I am working, but I want to
Okay.
change IT. That's why I attend the
Oh,
classes.
oh, great. Best wishes,
Thank you, ma'am.
Raj. Okay. Okay. So I don't want to. I'm giving you a 15 minutes back. 9 to 10 is the class, 15 backs, and to next session onwards, we can get into Python and we can start learning. Yep. Have a
Okay,
great
ma'am.
year ahead. Wish you advance Happy New Year to all. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot
ma'am.
for your
Same
time.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy advance New Year to all of you. Let the next year be a successful year for each and every one of you. Okay, advance New Year wishes.
Thank you.
Bye.